Lord of Mordor, your forces await your command. The time has come to launch your assault against the Black Hand.
We wish to thank you for coming to our aid, Captain.
Well, at least Lithrill's here.
Never realized my smuggling could be so appreciated by the Queen. Lady.
They're here.
Orcs. They make bad passengers. But I've carried worse. Lady. Keep that plank level. Oi, touch nothing.
Queen Mao. It's good to see you in better health.
The boats are ready. The skippers have been briefed on your destination.
Good.
How long will those orcs obey you?
Well, I should think as long as I like. I'm in your debt.
We owe you our lives, Talion.
Just put an end to this madness.
My lady.
I really feel this story would have worked out a lot better if it wasn't tied to the Middle-earth franchise. Oh boy. Lamlug the Slaughterer! Hey, didn't I deal with him beforehand?
Beyond the dust is the man who walks with death, and his army of traitors. He has poisoned their minds and defies our Dark Lord. Join me in slaughter, brothers! Our destiny awaits!
Drown the air with Uruk-hais and the earth with Uruk-bloods!
Wow, that sounded dark. Alright, let's battle it out with Lamlug.
I hate you. I hate you for everything you've done to me.
Shut up,
You
Crispy.
cannot finish me off. I will outlast you.
Let's see if I can get a good, solid streak going, huh? Burn! Your armies mean nothing to me. My war chiefs can annihilate half of them just as fast as I can. Wonderful! Boy! I hope these aren't the only guys I have to battle it out with. Farewell, Lamlug. Ooh, he gave me a fucking epic rune at the last second. Oh, it
We're at
sucks.
the final reckoning. The fortress of the Black Hand.
Music of your howl!
The Fortress of the Black Hand's kind of lackluster. In terms of, his architecture design.
This silence taunts us. What sorcery is at work here?
Ooh. Is he alive? Or is the wind just making his head bob a couple of times? Yeah? Well, as long as I don't have to fight any zombie people, I'll be happy. I find it funny. My war chiefs, we built it up, and we just dealt with that entire thing in like 30 seconds, and now they're gone. Okay. I can handle myself, though. I'll fight all the black captains at once. Even though it would have made more sense for us to have to fight them one at a time throughout the actual story, rather than just only one. Oh well. They're all fucking looking at me.
Expecting you.
I hope my soldiers gave you This is the work of the Tower.
The Black Hand went looking for you. But it will give me great pleasure to take you myself. Bow to me.
Oh.
And I will deliver you to the Dark Lord, unspoiled.
We bow to no one.
The Dark Lord forgives you, Celebrimbor. Return to him and cast off this human corpse.
Stand up and fight.
There's no need, Ranger. Celebrimbor is your curse. He chose you.
Silence!
And he can release you at any time.
Oh. But I like vengeance.
Yes, that's all you are, Ranger. A vessel for the Ringmaker. As you wish.
What? Okay, stealth train the Black Captain.
Fight such weakness, such pain, such a broken mind.
The fuck is this shit? Okay, we'll get to him. Don't you worry. I just have to shuffle myself over to the side. Oh, no, you don't. You're not gonna make me feel bad by making voices play in my head. Oh, that hurt him. Good, I guess.
What do you still fight for? What you become?
I'm sorry, I'm not really concerned with what you're saying if all I'm gonna be doing is killing you like this. Is he playing mind games with me and then failing at his own mind game? Oh no. I'm just saying, sneaking up behind a dude who's like projecting images of himself into your mind and making voices play in your head is, that's just funny. But okay. Wife! Oh, damn it!
You will never see your family again.
You said we were cursed. You deceived me.
It was Sauron's doing. This was your doing!
I should have died
with my family.
I thought you wanted revenge. I can't leave you. But there is only one way to close the circle. The Black Hand remains.
Not for long.
That was, that fight with the tower was kind of disappointing. It wasn't really much of a fight at all.
Blackgate, I am Hallis, your new commander. I am proud to lead you, defending Gondor, should the Nameless One ever return. Stay forever strong and vigilant.
Oh boy. Well, at least, you know, I was getting a real big feeling that they were going to end it off like right there and go, you have to do Shadow of Mordor 2 to defeat the Black Hand. And I was like, I would have been really angry about that. But, okay, we killed the tower. Well, the tower died in the cutscene. One of the very few, like, actual in-game cutscenes, which is nice because it looks better than the rendered cutscene. I get to see the skin my character has on. There should be more of that in this game, honestly. Lord of Mordor, mission complete, 1000.
None is in flames. We must return to Queen Marwen.
The Black Hand has been here. I can feel it.
Lothario.
I was not expecting this at all. I really was not expecting to come back here. I thought we were gonna kill the tower and then immediately fuck some shit up. But okay. We're gonna keep the momentum going. I still have no general interest in running around collecting all this stuff at this present time. And we have to make sure that Lithriel is alright. Or Lothario. Attention, starting this mission will take you through the end of your journey, but once you finish, you'll be returned to continue where you left off. Yes. I realize this. And I've made my choice. You have returned to Nurn to discover that the Black Hand has been here before you. Oh. Oh shit.
I am not worth your vengeance, Father. Why do you fight?
We will be together soon. Forever.
Soon, Celebrimbor. Soon.
But we took it from them.
Ag Guzum Ishi Krimpatul.
Clever girl.
thief! It was mine to keep.
Be gone.
Sauron knows we're here.
Let's not keep him waiting.
I think we should, because it'd be kind of bad if we tried to kill Sauron and he doesn't really actually die for a good long time. Waste of effort kind of thing, you know? Am I going to a different area? I don't know. Maybe the entire place legitimately is everything burned and awful and brown again in Nirn. Or we're back to where we started and we're heading back to the Black Gate to face off against the Black Hand. I'm not entirely sure. They didn't really establish that too much. They just was like, oh, here's a cutscene, got some music. The volcano blew up, by the way. Okay.
Come for you, Lord of Gifts.
So I was right. We are back towards the Black Gate. Well, let's charge on through. Oh God, I set my Caragor on fire. Hey, my war chiefs are back. About fucking time.
The true power of the Grave Walker.
First Talon of the Hand. Oh shit. Well, let's hope my war chiefs are good enough.
They say you gave the witch on the shore her freedom. The freedom to die with her people.
Ah, I powered up some of my dudes by riding a Caragor in here. Perfect. That was something I wouldn't have been able to predict. Alright, we're just gonna casually shoot everybody while we have the chance. Saves us the effort. You know how it goes. Okay! Well, now that I've managed all that, let's kick some ass! Oh, the first Talon is not immune to combat attacks.
So, you took the tower's head, are you? And for that, I'll take your skin.
What, you like the tower? I don't think anybody liked the tower. Oh my God, he's already almost out of here.
I have led armies across the Black Plains of Gorgoroth. I deserve a better death than this.
I really don't agree. If you're around longer, then yeah, sure. That's one of his men down. All right. Oh, they are just not having a good time.
Where's your army of traitors now? Ha! Bring them to me. I'll execute every sodding last one of them.
You realize they're right behind me, right? And they're kicking your fucking ass. I mean, look at the guy. Directly to my right. He's just having an awful time. Oh, well, that was the wrong combat finisher. There we go. And another one's gonna bite the dust.
You're making a big mistake, Ranger. The Uruks will be avenged.
Oh, definitely not by you. Oh, gosh. If only I understood elf speak. That would be nice. Oh, that guy just casually get dropped down. Him too? Oh, that's awkward. So I wasn't able to hear all the dialogue because my own war chiefs kicked their ass. Oh wait, no, here we go.
Man need traitors. Traitors weak. Uruk strong.
Well, I can't say you add much to me, or at least in terms of my life. So let's kick your ass. No. Okay, fine. Maybe I should have just brought no war chiefs. Fucking kill stealers. Here, give me some health back. Man, none of the shit I got from these guys were even good. You'd figured maybe there'd be some end-level runes inside of them. That would have been cool. But, oh well.
This
Farewell, war
confusion
chiefs!
Started with shadow and flame falling on the Black Gate. The hammer and the tower are dead. Sauron is still weak. Without the power of the One Ring or the Ringmaker, he cannot take form. He will be trapped within Mordor, no more than an eye of flame bound to his dark tower.
And at last I can die, and none will avenge me.
Well, you'll avenge you before you die, and that'll be nice. Which I think we should thank Celebrimbor for giving us that privilege.
I have a gift for you, Celebrimbor.
What? Ah! Oh no, that's unfortunate bullshit. You should have closed your fucking hand.
The Dark Lord gave you a second chance to stand by his side. Now I give you no choice. We shall be sealed together in death.
So be it.
Return to me.
Okay, I guess we're doing the quick time thing.
Strike down, Talion! I cannot hold it for much longer!
Am I gonna assume a B? That's not That's not a sword strike thing, but okay.
Talion, my heart, we will be together soon. Forever.
The Black Hand of Sauron is dead. The Hither Shore is calling us.
This is no longer our battle. I tried fighting you. It can't be done. Could you really rest for all of eternity, knowing that you had the chance to stop him, but did nothing? The time has come for a new ring.
Wait, what? What? Are you kidding me? What kind of shitty fucking ending was that? Okay. It's time for a new ring. Yeah. Let's see how far that gets us with an already established storyline of shit that happens. See, like, it would be fine. I would totally be okay with the story of this game if it wasn't already happening in an established universe. You know? It'd be cool if it was something new or something in something else. Like, fucking, hey, do a Star Wars thing and be like, you can, with Star Wars, it's totally okay if you go, and then the Sith guys fought it out for 1,000 years and no one else knew. Because it's acceptable. And this, it's like, who the fuck is Talion? Apparently he's gonna go off and do some crazy shit. He's killed major parts of fucking Sauron's forces, and it's just a casual thing that was never established in anything else? I don't know. That's just kind of, that's weird for me. I mean, again, like I said at the beginning of the Let's Play, I'm not really big on the lore of Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and all those stories. So it's not like a massive deal, but I can understand, like, continuity-wise, there's not really... You could replace orcs and everything in this game very easily, in my opinion. And it probably would have been a better product for it. As it is, it's kind of going, okay, so this is a little bit of a treat for you guys who like the Middle-earth stuff. Kill some orcs, huh? It's a really good orc killing simulator. And we'll bring Celebrimbor. He made the rings. That's some pretty big stuff, and that's about it, really. I don't know. I enjoyed the game, though. I enjoyed the game. I don't want to make it sound like I didn't enjoy the game, but I did enjoy the ending. That was stupid. I wanted to have some major fights, you know? I wanted to have badass, epic fights that mirrored what I did against the orc war chiefs and things like that, except even further beyond. Instead, what I got was sneak drain. Sneak drain the tower 3 times, and then cutscene. Run across the field and then have one fight that's kind of cool. You have like 5 war chief type characters against your 5 war chief type characters. Although my guys whooped some fucking ass. I didn't even get a chance to kill the majority of the war chiefs on their side. My guys just killed them. So that was different. I would have loved it there had been at least one more war chief fight. It definitely, for something that was built up, hyped up for you to do, to brand these 5 war chiefs and to go into battle, for you to only have 2 really tiny fights with them, that wasn't all that great. That was honestly. And I guess that kind of mirrors a lot of the game. A lot of the stuff is like they hype you up and they start building upon a whole bunch of things, and then they just stop short before it really makes a massive difference. They kind of build up Ratbag. I kind of liked him a whole bunch, and then they kill him. They built up slightly the ex-ranger dude and his wife. There was a little bit of a story there, and then he just leaves. They built up the dwarf, then he just leaves. They built up Lithriel, and then we just kill the fucking 3 people that work for Sauron, or 2 people that work for Sauron in a very short burst of time, and that's it. So, I don't know, and then gameplay-wise, they introduced the Nemesis system, which at first was really, really cool. At the beginning and midpoint of the Let's Plays, the Nemesis system was kind of amazing. Something completely new to me that I wasn't expecting at all. And I was hoping that it would evolve eventually into something even more. But unfortunately, it doesn't really change much after its first introduction. You know, it's all like, okay, here are a whole bunch of dudes on the map. They'll go around, they'll do things, and they'll level up, and you can kill them, and you can fight them to get stuff, and nothing really happens with that. It's the same thing throughout the entire game. All right, there are gonna be a couple of dudes, they're gonna be around, you're gonna kill them. And it's super easy to do. You never really actually have to do something strict to kill them, especially once you get branding. Once you get branding, oh my god, killing war chiefs and branding war chiefs is easy. You just go, okay, you challenge the war chief. That'll bring him out, and then I can kick his ass. That's it. So I feel like the Nemesis system could have had a lot more going for it if there really was a lot more depth to it. As it is, I mean, it's fine, especially if you want to run around killing orcs. And it definitely had a thing where you were building up knowledge of the orcs, you were understanding the various different traits of them, what could work out better for you, what you could do against them. You understood their names, and by that I mean you were like, oh god, Gaz, I can't believe it's Gaz, and you're like, it was interesting. But unfortunately, it didn't really change much beyond that. In fact, some of the most disappointing stuff involved branding and the death threat systems, which were introduced later into the game to try and kind of mix things up a little bit. Death threats just made enemies slightly harder and put a bunch of dudes around them. And that didn't do much. It didn't add much. It just gave me, it was just like, sweet, okay, I can get runes from them. And then it also removed some of the best parts of the Nemesis system. It stripped away their unique dialogue that was inherent to their character. When they became war chiefs, their unique dialogue would also go away. Like we had the rhymer dude. The rhymer dude, when we first went against him, he actually legitimately tried to rhyme. And that was interesting. And then I never heard it again after he became war chief. And that's so dumb. And I think I fought him again as a death threat. And he, once again, he didn't say much because I death threatened him and that changed his dialogue. And so that was a real shame. The characters, like, at first in the Nemesis system, the orcs felt like characters. Obviously, I knew they weren't, like, scripted characters, or, well, they're scripted, but they weren't, like, story characters. They're just kind of, like, randomly generated procedurally things, and, like, neat. And you build a connection with them. But eventually, they're just names. They're just things for you to kill, so that way you can get runes, so that way you can get a war chief up into the last place, and the fun kind of goes away as it becomes more and more repetitious to go all the way across the map to kill a dude. You know, nothing unique ever happens if you leave them alone. They don't start a fight and take over a human encampment. The humans don't start a war in the middle of the battlefield that you can participate in. You can save a whole bunch of dudes and not much changes. Maybe occasionally, you know, you'll have a group of humans help you out, but they don't do much. There's just a bunch of dudes in, like, white clothing that all look the same and punch orcs. And I don't know. It was a bit disappointing in that way. With that said, though, again, the gameplay was enjoyable. The whole Batman combat system of countering and leaping around the battlefield was definitely interesting. It became a little bit too easy by the end, just because you could annihilate large groups of enemies without any real trouble. And I don't know, like, game design wise, I don't know what they could have done to really battle that out, because they did kind of introduce a good number of enemies. I just feel like maybe they could have added a couple more. Ones that weren't annoying, ones that didn't just straight up interrupt your combo because they can, ones that can't just block your combo because they can. I don't know, maybe they could have made it so the enemies were able to finally conquer some of the monsters, and so you're fighting against riders and shit like that. I mean, they were kind of going a little ham with what they had. They're like, okay, what can we do in this franchise that won't piss off too many people? We'll introduce a new monster. Okay, never heard of it before, but we'll introduce a new monster. Well, then why don't you make orcs that ride them? You know? I don't know. Hold up now. I just said you know, and then I said I don't know. So what do we really know together? I don't know, but you know. With that said, again, let me actually look. What else? I started this thing where I'm writing down a list of stuff that I'm taking note of. Obviously, it took me a month to actually finish the game, which was a little bit of a shame because I was actually really, really into it. If a whole bunch of the games didn't come out at once, I probably would have gone for that 100%. And that brings up another point. The missions, the side missions were very mediocre. Absolutely. And I don't know why. I feel like if you're gonna do side missions, you need to do it where, they're more interesting to do than listening to the audio logs. And for me, they weren't. It was kill a whole bunch of orcs in this kind of way, in this particular area. And that is all of them. That is all the side missions in the game. Every single one of them. They give you a little bit of flavor text at the beginning, like, oh, he struck through the darkness of the night. All the enemy saw were the stars gleaming off of his sword. And then darkness came. And then you just murder a whole bunch of people with stealth kills, and not much really happens. And I don't know why they did that. There should have been stuff where every side mission had, dialogue and stuff being said. And instead they did the halfway point of just going, okay, well, we'll have the missions, you'll have the things, it'll add some cool designs to your sword, and that's it. And that doesn't make sense to me because, at the very least, with the artifacts, I like the artifacts. Artifacts were the best part of the game in regards to stuff for side collecting. I liked having an audio log thing that I could listen to. That was kind of cool. And out of all the things, it would have been really nice if I had finished collecting all of them, just to kind of get a grasp of things that happened in the world. Ithildins, I'm sure that eventually at the end, once you got all of them, it would make sense, but they were kind of mediocre. All the way until you get to the 30-second one and the message is revealed, they were also very mediocre. Even more mediocre than the side mission things, so I don't know. What other stuff? Talion as a character, very boring. It was interesting to learn that Troy Baker was voicing him, at least I think Troy Baker was voicing him. And he had some amusing moments. And all the moments where, like, there was a little bit of humor, it were really funny. Like, the best part of the entire game in terms of Talion as a character was when he was interacting with Ratbag. And Ratbag was like, oh, but how are we gonna do that if he's not dead? And Troy Baker / Talion's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill him! And it's like, yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of an amusement. He's annoyed and shouts at Ratbag in an amusing manner. And we needed more of that. We needed more of characters not being entirely super serious. And I guess that's why I like the dwarf and Ratbag so much. Everything else was just this dreary, meh story that anyone could have came up with. I don't know why that is. Let's see. Congratulations. You have defeated the Black Hand of Sauron and driven Sauron back to the ruins of Barad-dûr. However, the Dark Lord's shadow remains. Hold back the rising tide of his army by continuing to hunt captains and war chiefs, rescue the remaining outcasts trapped within Mordor, discover any remaining secrets, collectibles, and complete the legends of your weapons. I suppose. Did it change up the area permanently? I'm just wondering that because this place used to be a lot more sunny earlier, or just a little bit more sunny. Now it's just like, ooh, fog, smoke and smog everywhere. Well, I guess that's good. Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's always been like this and I just never noticed. But, I don't know. I guess that's really it. I really wish I could have put my thoughts in a little bit more of a concise manner, but again, it took me a month to beat the game on and off. So it's a little bit harder to go, alright, these are the problems of the game, when most of the problems of the game happened a month ago. You know, it doesn't work out that well. But overall, Shadow of Mordor was a solid experience. It was actually a really pleasant surprise. You know, I didn't know anything about Shadow of Mordor going in. I didn't care too much, and I still don't really care too much about the Shadow, or not the Shadow of Mordor series, about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit series. But it was it was a pleasant surprise. If I had to give it a rating, I would say that Shadow of Mordor is an 8 out of 10 gameplay experience. It is fun. I enjoy fighting against the orcs. I enjoyed learning their names and being like, ah, curse you! He came back and kicked my ass! You know, we always have to remember Thrak, Skullbowl? No, Tars! Tars Bowmaster! Tars Bowmaster, best character of the entire story. Well, directly under Ratbag. I like Ratbag. Oh, no. Okay, Ratbag, the dwarf, and then Tars. Tars is the third best character in the entire game. Especially because he came back from the dead like 5 to 10 hours into the game after his death. And that was very, very, very unexpected. I could have sworn I sliced off his head, you know? But we're getting off here. Sorry to anybody who was like really hoping I'd get 100%, but I think the ship sailed for that. You know, they didn't do much to really entice me to continue gathering all the random side stuff. And all the side missions were more of a burden to do, especially the human rescue one. Like, after 12 of those, do I really want to do 12 more of them? Not really. It's just running up to a bunch of dudes tied up to poles, and that's it. At least with the weapon side missions, at the end it would make my weapon look cool, it'd give me shitloads of Mirian. Well, okay, I guess the Outcast mission gave me a bunch of Mirian as well. But towards the end, I already have everything, or pretty much everything that I really care about. So it's like, well, I could add 10 more health, or I could just not care. I don't know. Oh god, loading screens. Performance-wise, I guess that's something I should talk about as well. Performance-wise, on the PC, Shadow of Mordor ran pretty solid. I had pretty much everything maxed out. I don't have Ultra HD textures on because that required 4 gigabytes, I believe, of VRM, and I do not have that on my graphics card. I have mine maxes out, I think, at 3? Actually, I can check. Hold up. Video... Advanced? Where's the advanced stuff? Advanced options, here we go. Yep, I have 3 gigabytes of RAM, so I was not able to get the ultra texture quality. But overall, everything else was maxed out. Ambient occlusion. Oh, I could have had ambient occlusion on ultra as well. Like I said, mostly everything else was maxed out, and I was getting pretty solid changes, or rather, pretty solid FPS throughout the entire game. I don't think I ever dipped below 60 FPS. In the entirety of the game. And it looks pretty solid. It looks actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it looks like the most fantastic thing, but it's definitely, it's bare minimum kind of next gen looking. You know, it's got really high quality textures. Not the most high quality textures in some places. I mean, look at the ground below me, and sometimes look at the stuff on my armor. But it is a competent looking title. It's a competent running title. The only problem I ever had was the loading times. There were times where I would sit there for 3 minutes waiting for an area to load, even though it was in the same area. It's like I fast travel and I had to sit there for 3 minutes, and I could have, when it takes me longer to load than it would have taken me to walk over to an area, that's not good. So, that was a little bit of a shame, but overall, the game's pretty solid. I mean, look at the draw distance. I can see the towers all the way over there. Obviously, I don't see enemies that far away, but who really needs to have visuals of enemies all that far away? I mean, I guess we have those guys. I'd love to teleport over to them. Ability-wise, abilities were cool. I really enjoyed, I think my favorite ability in the entire game was definitely this fucking teleporting across entire areas and using that as my transportation method. Awesome. Also, blowing up on people was pretty solid as well. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry it took me so long to finish this up for the people who are watching this during the time that it's released. For the people in the future, like, whatever, I had the entire playlist to watch anyways. But I am sorry that it took me a month to finish a game that probably should have only taken me about 2 weeks. But thank you for watching. Hopefully the Let's Play was enjoyable. I did enjoy going through the game. Very solid. I definitely think it's at the very least worth $40, $50, $60, kind of pushing it, but it's pretty solid. And there is going to be DLC, obviously, coming out for it, but I don't really know how much I want to check them out. It really depends on how good the DLCs are. If they add, like, a solid 4 to 5 hours of story content, I might check it out in like a year from now when all the DLCs are out at the same time. But for now, I am done with the story. I am done with the game. I have no real intentions to collect the rest of these side things because it would be a little bit mundane for me to do at this point. But, oh well. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.